What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to our first episode of the Highlighted Heroes. Every week we're going to get on here and pick someone that we want to talk about that has some pretty important to military history, that guy did some heroic things, and we're going to get on here and, like I say, tell you a little bit about that person. For the first one, I picked Sergeant John Clem, or Major General Clems, depending on when you want to refer to his titles in history. John Clem was born August 13th, 1851 in the state of Ohio, and he joined the Army in May 1861. Yes, if you're hearing that, you're hearing it correct. He joined the Army at 9 years old. He joined the Army after his mother was killed in a train accident, and when he joined the Union Army, he came in as a drummer boy. When he joined, he originally tried to join the Ohio Regiment, but they declined him. He then tried to join the 22nd Michigan Regiment, but was also declined. But when they declined him, he decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to tag along with you guys anyway. And after a little bit of time with them, it was decided that, you know what, we're going to allow him to enlist under a 2-year contract. When he enlisted, they were paying him $13 a month. What that would translate to nowadays, I don't know. I'll do the math and probably drop it down in the comment section of this video. Some key notes about him. He was wounded at the Battle of Shiloh when a piece of shrapnel pierced through his drum and knocked him out. When that happened, he was rescued by other members of his unit, and that actually earned him the nickname Johnny Silo. Now, that portion of his written history is debatable due to the timing of that battle and when the unit was formed and things like that. However, it is 100% confirmed that he was part of the Battle of Chickamauga, and he actually led an artillery unit into battle, by doing the drums and everything. But this is actually pretty interesting, pretty cool to me. The unit had trimmed him a musket that he could carry and utilize at his size. I thought that was pretty cool. It said during the Battle of Chickamauga he killed a Confederate colonel who demanded his surrender. After that battle, he was promoted to the rank of sergeant, and he's still credited, and probably will always be credited, with being the youngest service member in the history of the Army to be a non-com and obviously be a sergeant. In October 1863, he was captured by the Confederate Army and held prisoner. The Confederate Army notes that when they captured him and when they took his uniform, it highly upset Clems. They also noted that when they took his uniform, they looked at his PC and it had at least 3 bullet holes through it. So that's pretty crazy to me. Eventually, though, Clem was released in a prisoner transfer between the Confederate Army and the Union Army. But the Confederate Army, while they were holding him, they used this information as a kind of a propaganda stunt against the Union Army, talking about how the Union was so desperate to use children to, they were so desperate that they were using children to fight the war against them, which I think is kind of crazy. It's not really that the Union was using them. I mean, he willingly volunteered to do it. As far as I'm tracking history, I don't ever remember the Union Army kicking in doors and saying, hey, we need your children. I do remember the Confederacy doing that a couple times, but that's neither here nor there. Clem was discharged in September 1864 and was noted that during his service he was wounded twice in combat during the Civil War. Post-war, however, Clem graduated high school in 1870 and 1871. He was made a commander/captain of the Washington Rifles, DC National Guard style unit. However, he failed the entrance exam to West Point, but was appointed by the president at the time to become the second lieutenant. I believe the president at the time, let me confirm, was Ulysses Grant, who himself served in the Union Army during the Civil War and everything. So yeah, like I said, he was made a second lieutenant by the president. In 1874, he was promoted to first lieutenant, and he made captain in 1882. And in 1895, he was promoted to the rank of major. During the Spanish-American War, he served in Portland as a quartermaster, and eventually was at the occupation of Puerto Rico. He made lieutenant colonel in 1901 and colonel in 1903. In 1915, he reached the mandatory age of retirement and was awarded the rank of brigadier general. When he retired, he was the last serving Civil War veteran at the time, and in 1916 he was awarded the rank of major general, even though, at this point he was retired. And we kind of talk about his medals and, things that he earned while he was in the service. He obviously got service campaign ribbons for being in the Civil War, the American Indian War, and the Spanish-American War. It's noted post-military life. He was married twice and had 3 children, and he passed away in 1937 in the state of Texas, and he was buried in Arlington, Virginia. So the reason I kind of nominated him was just because I thought it was, when I was looking up people to do for this video and everything, I just thought it was fucking crazy. I seen his picture and I was like, what the fuck? And I clicked it and I was like, holy shit. Reading it, this 9-year-old went enlisted and joined and volunteered to fight and all this crazy shit. I thought it was really cool. So that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. They're supposed to be kind of just short, kind of straight to the point, like, hey, this is the person, this is what they did, etc., etc. So like I say, next week we'll have a completely different person. We might have 2, depending on if Leaping Lizard wants to go joint on one or if he wants to do his own solo person. So we might have 1 to 2 more videos of this next week. Again though, thank you for your time and everything, and just stay safe and we'll see you next time.